Tim Thornton first, please.
Hello.
Olá.
5 goals against Burnley on Saturday in a really impressive performance. Is that a result that's been coming this season? And how important is it that you take that intensity into this game against Porto and build on that?
Bom, foi bom jogo de todo o time.
It was a good game from the whole team. We totally neutralised the Burnley team. We scored 5 and had a lot of chances to score more. I hope we can go in with the same mindset against Porto. We know it's going to be a very difficult game. So I hope we can achieve the same momentum and impose ourselves against Porto to get the win.
Any more, Tim?
Defensively, do you feel as though you're improving as a team this season? And how important has Ruben Dias been to that?
Bom, eu acho que nossa defesa agora tá com mais constância.
I think our defence is more consistent now. We're developing little by little. It doesn't happen from one day to another. It requires time. We've got new players, less injuries than last season. We know that when 1 or 2 centre-backs get injured and you need to play with Fernandinho there, it's more difficult. Now we're playing with first-choice centre-backs. It makes it easier and it makes the defence more solid. Jerome Smith.
Hi. A lot is often said that you are the perfect goalkeeper for Pep Guardiola. I wondered if you felt the same about him as your manager. He's someone who sees your best attributes, and what you thought of him signing a contract extension.
Bom, me sinto que eu evolui muito.
I feel that I've developed a lot since I arrived here at the club, particularly training under Pep Guardiola. He's a coach that gets the best out of the quality out of his players. So my style influences the team. I'm a player that's really looked for in the game when we're under pressure. And that's a lot of responsibility. You know, if you make an error, it could end up in a goal. But I'm ready for all types of scenarios. When it goes right, okay. When it goes wrong, you need to be strong mentally, know how to deal with that. These are things, life things, and that's what goalkeepers are exposed to. I hope I can continue working here at City and continually getting better. Simon Bosowski, please.
Hi, Ederson. How has Zach Steffen settled into the squad working with you, and what is it like having new competition for your place?
Bom, o Zach é ótimo goleiro.
Zach's a great goalkeeper. He's someone that works very hard every day.
Foi muito fácil porque
and settling the team was very easy. The whole squad made him feel really welcome. We're a young squad. We're always talking. Me, Zach, and Scott mainly. We're always together every day. There are goalkeepers that I learn a lot with them. I've learned a lot of new things from them, and they've contributed to my development. Mr. McDonald, please. David McDonald.
You'll be aware of the injury suffered by Raul Jimenez yesterday, a fractured skull. I just wondered, as someone who's had a head injury themselves, obviously in that incident with Sadio Mane a few seasons back, how concerned are you about the prevalence of head injuries, and what more needs to be done to protect players? possibly substitutes for concussion, that kind of thing. Can we just get your perspective and your view on that kind of situation?
Claro.
Of course.
Fiquei muito preocupado porque eu estava assistindo o jogo e
I was very worried. I was watching the game, and I played with Raul Jimenez at Benfica. It was a accidental clash, head to head. Very difficult. I think all the concern and all the care at this moment is very important.
a gente está na face que é uma região muito frágil e
It's a part of the body that's very fragile and needs special attention. I agree, when there is a blow to the head, there should be a substitution, whether the player can continue or not. Because with you might be feeling okay because you warmed up, but after the game you could feel the consequences. It's something we can't change. It's accidental, it happens in the games. It wasn't an intentional blow. They just went to compete for the ball. But we know the risks of a head injury. I hope he recovers quickly and will be back as soon as possible. Martin Botland, please.
Oh, hi, Ederson. Pep said last week that he thinks that the team are going to do something special in the Champions League this year, and that maybe there will be a response to the way they went out in Portugal last year. Is that something that the players are feeling as well?
eu não entendi o começo da pergunta. Sim. Claro,
Yeah.
claro.
Of course. That's what the team are working towards. I think the most important thing is hard work. The team are united, dedicated. We're playing well. We're developing. Last game we played really well. And I hope we can continue this good work. Definitely our team can go far. Andy Hampson, please.
Yeah. Hi, Ederson. Yeah, I was just wondering what your thoughts are following the Burnley game, and you talk about maintaining momentum. How do you go about doing that, and particularly with scoring goals? How does the team approach that?
Bom, é sempre importante você marcar gols na partida.
It's always important to score goals in the game. Of course, we're not going to score 4 or 5 goals every game, but playing well, 1-0, 2-0, that is satisfactory, especially in Champions League games. They're very difficult games, given the quality of the teams. A lot of quality in the Champions League. So I hope we can build upon the good football, not just the amount of goals that we scored in the last game, but the quality. Perguntas em português antes de terminar.
Olá, Ederson, tá me ouvindo bem?
Hi, Ederson, can you hear me okay?
Boa.
Yes.
Vamos lá.
Let's go.
Cara, a semana passada, o presidente do Rio Ave aqui em Portugal.
Last week, the Rio Ave president gave an interview to Channel 11 and said he signed you from Ribeirão because you hit the crossbar from a free kick. Last time I chatted to you, we spoke about this, about your desire to train, to hit, take penalties and take free kicks. I want to know if this is still an ambition in your career. I know you've spoken to Pep Guardiola about this, about taking penalties, and he said you're one of the best penalty takers in the squad. Do you still maintain ambitions in your career to have this desire to take free kicks and penalties, and are you training for it? No, I don't train much free kicks. I train penalties. But when I played for Ribeirão, I took some free kicks. But that's that's in the past now. Our team have some very good free kick takers. Penalties, I am the best penalty taker, but I'm not chosen to take them. The most important thing is that the team are doing well, that we score goals and win the game. André Gonçalves, por favor. André Gonçalves from Record TV. How are you? I've got two questions. First is, how special is this game against Porto in the Dragão Stadium, the biggest rival of Benfica, who you used to play for, and somewhere you've never won? And your perspective on this game. The other question is your past in Portugal with Benfica and Rio Ave. What are your opinions on the Portuguese league this season? How do you see Rio Ave been playing? It's not going to be a special game. It's going to be a normal game for me against another opponent. It would be special if it was against Benfica, the club where I came through. That would be special. It's going to be a very difficult game. I know what it's like to play at the Dragão Stadium. I've had the opportunity to play there. I also know the Porto team very well. I know how they play. Of course, without the fans, it'll be more difficult for both teams. Portugal, Rio Ave, Benfica, they're two clubs that I'm very grateful to, together with Ribeirão as well. They're the clubs that brought me into football, that welcomed me. Clubs where I could develop professionally and as a person as well. I made a lot of friends, and I'm still friends with these people until today. Yeah, I do watch Portuguese football a lot, especially Benfica and Rio Ave. They're the two clubs that I support. Whenever they play, I'm supporting them. And I hope they can have a great championship this season. Pedro Diniz, finally. Good afternoon, Ederson. Pedro Diniz, ball on ahead. Marquez is going to be in the other goal next season. And I'd like to know your opinion about the Argentinian goalkeeper for FC Porto. I've watched a few Porto games, and I've seen that he's a great goalkeeper. He had a good game against us as well. I know his quality. I know he's a great goalkeeper, and he's experienced as well. He brings a lot of good things to the Porto squad. He's a South American goalkeeper as well. I know about the quality of South American goalkeepers. So I hope he can continue doing the good work and in tomorrow's game as well.